Ciao everybody, welcome to Chat and Chew on location at Cecchi's here in Silver Lake with Francesco, the owner.
Ciao.
Ciao everybody. And Alicia. Ciao Alicia. It's really nice meeting you.
Ciao Giovanni.
My good friend Jeremy said that we had to meet because he told me that you have a really great story.
I have.
And your family goes back many generations. And can you just tell everybody what you do?
Well, I'm the generation number 4
of
a family that produce balsamic vinegar, aged traditional balsamic vinegar, and Lambrusco and Metodo Classico.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is this for me?
Yes, it is for you.
You said something about this particular aceto vinegar.
Yes.
Balsamico. Can you explain why it's called balsamico?
It's called balsamico, and especially it's traditional because it's aged more than 40 years old.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah.
So this is this bottle right here is over 40 years old.
Yeah. And you can enjoy and experience this with ice cream, strawberry.
Ice cream?
Yeah.
You mean you can put balsamic vinegar in ice cream?
Yeah, and Parmigiano Reggiano, of course. Yeah.
Well, grazie.
Prego.
Tell me a little bit about what else your family does, because I know you brought some product here. Look, I just want everybody to know, I support people who are very, very passionate about what they do.
We are.
You know, so tell me a little bit about what else you brought here.
Yeah, it was my great-grandfather, my great-grandfather that started to produce wine and balsamic vinegar in the 1910.
1910?
Yeah.
And what part of Italy?
Emilia-Romagna, just in the heart of Emilia-Romagna.
All right, can you explain exactly where?
Emilia-Romagna is the region where we produce Parmigiano Reggiano, tortellini, tagliatelle, gnocchi, lasagne, culatello, prosciutto, and we are considered the stomach of Italy.
You're making me so hungry.
Yeah.
Now, Emilia-Romagna, if I'm not mistaken, is very is Parma there?
Yeah, Reggio Emilia, Bologna. Yeah.
So all like what I would consider the time that I lived there. If I wanted to have really good food outside of Milan, I got on the train and I got off at Bologna.
Yeah, and you stop in Reggio Emilia and you come to my winery.
Can I just tell you something? People out there, this may not have any interest to anybody here, but I believe it was Calcavera.
Yeah.
Who designed the train station in Bologna?
No, Reggio Emilia. Yeah.
It's a thing of beauty, by the way.
Yeah. You have to stop. It's amazing. Okay. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Lambrusco. What is Lambrusco?
Lambrusco is a red sparkling wine. You can find it also white. My family produces white and rosé version. It's really light with bubble. We obtain a very long Charmat Lambrusco through a Charmat method. Okay. Natural fermented, and is amazing with the richness of the region that we offer. So basically, it's a sparkling wine. Yeah. Now I have a Lambrusco story for you. Which one? Well, when I was a little boy, my parents, they emigrated from Italy. They came to Boston, and my father used to buy this wine that was called Lambrusco. Now, prior to that, I hated wine. It was just terrible. Yeah. So my mom used to mix wine with a little bit of ginger ale to give me bubbles because I love ginger ale. And when my father brought home the Lambrusco with the bubbles, it was on. So now some people may consider that abuse at the age of 8 or 9, but as Italians, we always like to have a little bit of wine with our meals. So I'm here. I've been invited in order to reconvert you about a high quality Lambrusco, which is different. We also produce Lambrusco through a classic method, like a champagne. Okay. We have now into the market a Lambrusco that is 16 years into the bottle. Yeah, this. Tell me a little bit about this. This label has been painted on my grandfather friends, more than 50 years ago, and never changed it. Yeah. So there is a barcode here. Okay. Yeah. So wait, this is the same original label. Yeah, it is. That was put on the bottle over 50 years ago, you said? Yeah. There you have it. You said not to put it on. No, here. Oh. You can try it here. Okay, I'll make them. Okay. All right. All right. Be careful. Okay. All right. So, Alicia, are we gonna open this? Bottle. Oh, precious bottle. I love a woman with a knife. I know.
You said I cannot put it on my focaccia,
No,
which, by the way, is una focaccia di cipolle.
No,
Onion. Ready? So,
Yeah.
wait a second. If I can't put it on the focaccia, where do I put it?
You can try on the skin,
Oh, okay. Well,
like this. Yeah.
familiar move.
I teach you.
So I don't snort it, right?
No.
Okay,
Like
just-
this, which is really dense.
Do me.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna do this. Hey, listen.
And we try like this.
Oh my
Is
fucking god.
Yeah, it's elixir.
Wait a second. Oh my god. Que buono. It's very, very sweet and rich.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different flavors that come out of it. I'm really curious. How do you make excuse me.
This
How do you make a balsamic vinegar and then age it for 45 years?
Yeah, this is
I guess the question is why?
yeah.
Why?
Okay. This is a natural product, 100%. We produce this with a cooked must.
A what?
A cooked must.
Oh, the must. Okay.
Yeah, the must.
Come on, a little more.
Yeah, and just like in the barrel, for between 12 and more than 40 years, and yeah, it's amazing. If you like it.
I don't think I want to use this like on a salad. I
No.
think it's more special than that.
On strawberry, you have to experience.
Strawberries,
Ice cream, Parmigiano
Parmigiano.
Reggiano. Parmigiano Reggiano is amazing.
Yeah.
But also,
Just
on a
cheese,
very luxury salad.
cheese and balsamic, aged over 40 years, balsamic vinegar and cheese. That's, for me, a marriage made in heaven. Do you know what my religious view is?
Which is?
I love cheeses. And I love this.
Yeah.
Oh, let me show them the box, because
yeah.
packaging is just so important. This is the box it comes in, with a lovely provenance in the back.
Yeah, and this is really nice because this is our brand, a family name this.
Lini.
Lini is my family name, but if you cover the first three letters, just appear 1910.
Oh, let's show them.
Yeah.
Show them. So Lini is the family name,
Yeah,
and then if you cover the LIN,
it's
1910.
1910. Yeah,
What else do you want to talk about?
perfect. Eat now.
We've done the chatting, or as the Italians like to say, a little
Now-
chiacchierare.
Now-
we're going to do a little bit of chewing. Listen, if anyone finds themselves in Silver Lake or Echo Park, come visit Cecchi's. Francesco.
Amazing. Amazing focaccia.
Che buono.
Buona.
Rimani qui per quanto tempo?
Stasera prendo l'aereo.
Vai.
Yeah.
Una domanda.
Vai.
We're going to speak in Italian now. Alicia, how did you get started in the family business?
I just joined the family 25 years ago.
Wait a second. What? When you were like, what, 12
yeah,
years old?
since ever. So this
Forever.
since ever. Yeah, since
Well,
ever.
I guess you're right. I mean,
Yeah, and then we start to experience a real possibility to export our wine again. And I met Jeremy Parson. He was based in New York.
let's do a shout out to Jeremy, because
Yeah.
Jeremy is here. He's helping us with this whole situation. Jeremy is possibly one of my dearest friends.
Oh, it's so sweet. Yeah.
And we have a great story when we met, but I won't get into it because I'm
I know-
sober
I know
now.
this story. I know this story.
Real fun story. And so, what did you do? I mean, where did you start in the family business?
in New York, Jeremy just worked for a little importer, very smart, that understood that Lambrusco.
Aureliano?
Yeah,
Aurelio?
No, ti ricordi Trudy?
Yes.
Trudy.
was Nicola Marzovilla, and so he invited me there, and we just start to communicate that Lambrusco was not your grandmother Lambrusco. This was our article from Jeremy from New York Times.
You know what? You're right, because Lambrusco, the one that they sold in America, I got to tell you, was really crappy wine.
Yeah, a crappy wine. So my
And
family
it got
did.
a really bad rap.
Yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, the Americans will love it. Just put bubbles and sugar in there, and
Yeah.
they'll drink anything.
And my family
And that's
just
what I did.
refused,
Oh.
to do not do this kind of style. So we come back into the country with a very authentic version of Lambrusco.
Because Lambrusco, how far back does Lambrusco date? I mean,
Jeremy.
when was the very first time someone said, hey, you know what? Let's make this wine more sparkling. Who thought of that?
You know, Lambrusco goes
Is the
way
oldest.
back. Lambrusco is one of the oldest grape varieties.
Come over here. All right, so this is Jeremy.
Jeremy, our friend.
He's the smart one here. Jeremy, quickly, a little closer so you're by the mic.
Yeah.
Tell us about the history of Lambrusco.
Lambrusco is actually one of the oldest grape varieties in Italy. It's a naturally occurring grape. It grows wild.
Yeah.
And
Is the varietal called Lambrusco?
The variety is called Lambrusco. There's different clones of Lambrusco, but it's the name of the grape variety and the wine.
Okay.
And probably sometime around the 1930s, we really don't know, the grandfather started to put a handful of sugar in the wine because he wanted to make it a little sweeter, because Lambrusco is actually a very tannic and almost bitter grape on its own.
Uh-huh.
And that little bit of sugar caused the second fermentation, which made the very gentle bubbles. And that's how Lambrusco was born. By Grandpa throwing a handful of sugar in it.
But we have to say that the colossal and the industrial just came with the massive of wine, the volume, the massive.
Okay, so now
Aspetta.
Okay, no.
No,
Okay.
metti stop.
Okay, no.
No,
Okay, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it.
No, è molto delicato perché c'erano degli interessi giganteschi,
Yeah,
no?
yeah,
Cioè,
right.
rispetto
Those
al
are the
volume.
ones that were selling the Americans, right?
Yeah.
So there was an industrial, let's make.
No,
let's
it's
make wine.
impossible to obtain a serious Lambrusco in a week of fermentation. So you need to make it, sweeter. Otherwise, it doesn't stay
Right, and
inside the
it's
bottle. Yeah.
Excuse me, fermentation is very slow, right?
The fermentation, our fermentation is at least between 3 and 4 months, natural fermented.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look, there's cheap stuff out there, and then there's the quality, like everything else in the world. What's the difference between the garbage my parents were drinking when I was a kid versus what your family does, Jeremy?
In the 1970s and 1980s, a couple of American importers actually were convinced that if they made Lambrusco sweeter, Americans would love it. The rationale being Americans love Coca-Cola. So let's give them a low alcohol, and you remember too that I hate to say the word, crappy Lambrusco you bought at the
And I loved
supermarket.
it. I loved it because it was sweet and it was fizzy. It was like Coca-Cola on steroids,
And when Alicia got to New York in 2007, she started a Lambrusco revolution because she arrived with this Lambrusco that's dry, not.
So you're a revolutionary.
Yes,
So,
I am.
Okay, so basically, what I'm hearing here is that there's an appetite for Lambrusco in America. Let's give it to them, but make it as fast and as cheap as possible. All right, and then you have your family saying, "Oh, basta! This stuff is an old world traditional recipe," and that's what I love about people who are really passionate about their work, whether it's whatever field that you're in. Your field is making wine and beautiful vinegars, and you just said, you know what, we're going to do this right, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, the key word is authenticity.
Authenticity, right.
Authenticity.
All right, so let me ask you, last question, then I got to eat my fucking focaccia
Me
and
too.
go to work, but where can people find
Lini.
Lini
We are
Lambrusco?
Labrusca, yes.
Lambrusca.
Labrusca.
Labrusca.
Yeah.
Which is the
Labrusca.
ancient Latin name of the grape.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. So this says Labrusca,
Labrusca.
which is the ancient Latin pronunciation.
Yes. With Bacchus. Have you seen there?
Of course,
And
gotta
it-
have Bacchus there.
Yeah, and here is written bottle for friends. So
Okay.
bottle for you.
Well, I don't drink, but thank you. I know people who do that I'd be more than happy to give it to.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I can't talk about
Yeah.
winemaking by passionate people who make wine. Last question. Oh fuck! I had it in my head. Fucking, I'm a blank now. There was something else I wanted to ask you. Oh.
No, dove lo
Oh.
trovi? Dove lo trovi?
Oh yeah, shit. Right. Let me ask you one last question for the people
Yeah.
out there who do drink wine and maybe are looking for something really authentic and sparkling. Where could they find this in the United States?
Everywhere.
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 Everyone look at that label. Look at that name.
This.
Boom. 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 Allora, in closing, I just want to say thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for inviting me here.
I hope you like Francesco's focaccia.
Amazing.
I hope it makes you miss home, because this is my go-to place. Cecchi.
Yeah.
Cecchi's Gastronomia in Silver Lake. Come on by.
Los Angeles. From Los Angeles, everything is okay.
Allora, ciao ragazzi.
Ciao.
Peace.